Hello, this is NPC5. I was watching Ketrick's stream last night. If you haven't watched him, check him out. I'm going to have a link to his YouTube and his Twitch in the description. Be sure to check him out, he's awesome. I was on a stream and a guy asked to see my Proxy Thor in the opponent's base. I think this is one of the ones that I did it in. This was well over a year ago, so it's pretty old. But I thought I'd show him how it works and just how effective it can be. We'll speed it up a little bit just to until stuff starts happening. And I'll follow me right now. So just a basic opening. I wall off because I definitely don't want the opponent to see what's going on. And it's pretty much you have to cut a lot of workers. I mean, I'm making them apparently faster than the opponent is, but you have to cut workers to make this work. Just because after you get to a certain point, I forget what number I hit. I mean, it's not like I have an official build order or anything. I just kind of play it by ear, but I try to tech up as fast as possible to Thors and build it in the opponent's base, and it's great. So I sent that other drone, and he didn't see the SCV was there, and he didn't see it, luckily. I put the other drone off to just distract them, and I'm attempting to wall it off. Okay, see, and then I noticed that guy out there, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second. That's what that one was doing. He's building a bunker outside my base, which is unacceptable.
Complete.
So I stopped that from happening. Luckily, I was paying attention. So I'm a little delayed because I'm having to build defenses at home. I'm a little delayed in making the factory, but I make it over there at his third. And apparently the guy decides to proxy 2 racks.
Your forces are under attack.
So I'm just really lucky I caught him before it was too late, and the fact that I was walling off does help a little bit later, I believe. Okay, so I pick it up and I fly it in and land building a tech lab.
Your forces are under attack.
Because you need that to build the Thors. And I'm just pumping Marines out just to keep the guy off me, in all honesty, because I don't have enough to take down the racks right now, and he's pumping them out twice as fast as me, so I just have to use the bunker and hope for the best at this point. And I'm also, I think, building a factory at home. I'm going to make a siege tank to try to hold him back with it. Meanwhile, I'll just do this now. I built the armory here, and I'm producing a Thor already. As you can see from his vision, you cannot see it.
Upgrade
This early in the
complete.
game, they rarely have anything right here. Usually they build stuff about here and here. So, I mean, every map you just kind of have to figure out what's going on and what's where. They rarely see it here. This almost always works. So meanwhile, I'm pumping Thors out, and I only have one right now, but I decided to attack his base because I need to do something, because he's just building stuff out here. So if I take a supply out, he won't be able to build anymore, and that's the idea. Usually, like I said, I wait till I have 2 Thors to attack with, and I call down a mule as well to repair them. So I am... Alright, so he tries to float a barracks over, does a pretty good job of it. So the bunker actually does help a lot here. That siege tank, it is doing some damage here. attention. I think I was microing up here. I was looking for his other base. If he had one, I didn't know he had all his stuff right here. Unfortunately, I called down here, so I'm going to lose this one probably. So meanwhile, he's mining here. He's the second base here. I think that's the one he picked up. Yeah, this man's he picked up for sure. But my Thor comes and meets this, so that helps a lot. Remember, like Thor's one-shot Marines. It's great. They can't expect to do a whole lot of damage against Thor. One-shot Marine, one-shot SCVs. So it's, I mean, like I said, there's not a lot they can do about it. I go ahead and try to expand here just because I'm here anyways. He's not, so in case he does pull something off, I have another expansion plus a factory that can produce Thors, which is always nice. But yeah, just kind of, I start building my own siege tanks, and the game's over. So this is my Thor build meeting Proxy Thor. And he recommends tanks, and tanks might work, but they only do 15 damage a shot. And I like that these guys do 30 damage a shot and attacks twice. So that's 60 damage total. And that's only one. Oh, that's only 15. So but anyways, that's what happens if they try to cheese you and you can hold it off, because with nothing in this base to defend it, one Thor was plenty to take it down. Like I said, usually I will start building a Thor. Let's see how long it took to actually make the first one. Okay. So it looks like... Alright, so the 8-minute mark, even with being harassed, I got it out at the 8-minute mark, 8 or 8:50. So it's really late. Usually I have one Thor at 7 minutes, and at this point I'm attacking with a third almost done. And I call down a mule and set it to auto repair and follow the lead Thor, and then I just attack their base with 2, and usually they can't do anything about it. Even Zerg with Zerglings, they surround it, but the armor on Thors is pretty decent, I think, to start with. Yeah, I mean, it's 1 armor to start with, and it's 400 hit points, so it's same strength as like a supply depot, I think. Yeah, I mean, so it has same health as the supply depot. This is a walking supply depot that shoots the stuff. And these things, this thing's killing a Zergling every shot it takes. Yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything. Roaches just kind of crumble because against... I guess it doesn't have bonus damage against armor. I thought it did. But yeah, this thing just, it rips apart anything. Early game. You see, like later I walk down here and take a whole bunch of Marines and a tank. Let's see how much damage this tank does to it. I'm thinking it's not enough, not nearly enough. Okay, so right now it has 400 hit points, hasn't taken 1 damage yet, it's already got 7 kills, and they're all been SUVs, I think. And buildings, maybe. So anyways, this takes this building down pretty quickly. Yeah, I was trying to get this into the red before it flew off too far, but I didn't. Anyways, 1 shot. Alright, he's taken 15 damage. He took a little bit. 1, 2, 3 shots. 4 shots. 5 shots. Okay, 5 shots, 5 tanked shots didn't, like siege shots didn't kill this thing. Meanwhile, it's getting damaged a little bit by a little bit, and if I have something to repair it, it's not gonna die. Especially like honestly, one mule on it. Usually if I attack with 2 and a third on the way, most of the time they'll kill one of them, and the second Thor will be pretty low in health, but then I also call second mule half the time too. But the third one, they're not going to take the third one down. It'll destroy everything in their base. You obviously target things like the tech lab on the factory and the tech lab on the barracks, because if you don't, they're going to be producing marauders and tanks, and that will make your day sad. Against Zergling or against Zerg, you hit the roaches because they have bonus damage versus armor, and they're also hard to kill. So targeting them is more beneficial. And Protoss, you just kill all the things. Usually with Protoss, I'll just go around and take out all the pylons because it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long at all. And then you just unpower all the things, especially the factories, because you do not want to see a Colossus. A Colossus will wreck your day. I mean, not a Colossus. A Colossus won't do much. I'm an Immortal. An Immortal will wreck your day bad. You can't do anything about it. One Immortal will probably take out a Thor. If not, it'll get really, really close. Zealots do some damage, not as much. I mean, obviously this is hardest against Protoss, unless you target the... unless they were working on macro instead of army, and unless you target down the pylon, Protoss is pretty hard. But if they are working on macro, it's easy. You just target the structures that produce, and then, or like the pylons that power the structures that produce, and then take out their probes. And they're pretty much dead. Anyways, this was MPZ5, and I hope you enjoyed it. And again, check the bottom for a description on Ketrek. He's awesome. He streams. He's a Terran player, and he just has some really neat strats. I'm gonna go ahead and try to post another one that was just really funny. It was doing the same thing against a Zerg, except it was a little different because I somehow worked a SCV into his base, so I didn't even have to float it in. But in a Zerg base with creep and everything, this guy doesn't realize I have a Thor in his base until I have like 4 of them. And let's just say it's not good for him. I'm gonna go ahead and upload that one after this, so check it out if you're interested. And this is MPZ5, and I'm out.